Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mon Kurian going live today from Tiju's Academy, Tiruvalla. Hope you all are doing good. So let's start today's session. So today's session is about the common IELTS speaking topics. So നമ്മൾ examination most of the time we have lots of common speaking topics. So let's see how we can ace up and how we can practice our common speaking topics. So let's start. Okay, so let's get a brief introduction as to what is it all about. So the International English Language Testing System, that's the IELTS speaking test, assesses a candidate's ability to communicate effectively in English. As part of the test, candidates are expected to engage in a conversation with an examiner on a range of topics. And these topics, known as common IELTS speaking topics, covers various aspects of everyday life, personal experiences, social issues, and global trends. By exploring these topics, candidates can showcase their language skills, fluency, vocabulary, and the ability to express their thoughts and opinions in a coherent manner. This diverse set of topics enables candidates to demonstrate their proficiency in English and provides a comprehensive assessment of their speaking abilities. So, IELTS in the speaking in the Boombo. As you all know, there are a wide range of topics. Moona part ondalo. Part 1, that is your warm-up session. Then you have your part 2, which is your cue card session. And your part 3, which is the follow-up sessions. And in each of these sessions, you are asked, in the part 1, that's your warm-up, you are asked various questions related to you. That's all the questions are personal questions. And there are many common topics that are included in it. Same when you go after your cue card, when you go over to your follow-up session, avadeyum kore questions will be familiar questions or questions that have been asked previously. Some of the common speaking topic questions that is asked in all the centers in India. So what is it all about? So our and the examiners are judging your language skills, that's your fluency, vocabulary, and the ability to express how you can express and give opinions, right? So let's go over and see what we can do to help ourselves. What should you study? Why should you study different IELTS topics for the speaking test? Studying different IELTS topics for the speaking test is beneficial for several reasons. So, indinana idu padikkendiya and the beneficial reasons endana adu namakku nokkam. First of all, most of the time, many central namal povanenge, most of the centers that we go to, usually the test question pattern is somewhat similar, right? Most of the commonly asked questions, ella centers is similar. Like when you enter, when you start up with your warm-up, start most of the questions start with your name, where do you come from, what do you do, are you currently working or studying, anganathe questions right? And tell me about your house, your home, your hometown, anganathe questions and then you go move over to the topic questions. Same likewise. Adupole nammal nokkumbo you have to be familiar with a range of topics. You have to be familiar. So you have to familiarize yourself with a range of topics, right? The speaking test in IELTS covers a wide range of topics, including personal experiences, education, work, society, culture, and current affairs. So, by studying different topics, you become familiar with the vocabulary, ideas, and concept related to each one. This helps you feel more confident and prepared when discussing these topics during the test. So, what happens if you are prepared? Namal practice all these common topics. Namal practice that is your personal experiences, education, work, society, culture, and current affairs. If you're familiar with it, it would be easy for you when you go for your examination center when you are face to face with the examiner. It would be very easy for you because you already know what's happening in the world. Current affairs, you are familiar with what's happening around the world. You know your culture, you know what's happening in the society. Are you currently working, studying, your education background? So, idella nammal prepare you are familiar with it. Right. So during the exam time, during a test time, you're confident and you can answer beautifully to the examiner. Right. Then comes the vocabulary part, vocabulary expansion. Each topic has its own specific vocabulary and terminology. By studying different IELTS topics, you expose yourself to a variety of vocabulary words and phrases related to various subject areas. This expands your overall vocabulary, enabling you to express yourself more efficiently and precisely during the speaking test. So, vocabulary, as you know, vocabulary plays an important part. 25% vocabulary lanallo. So, to get good vocabulary or good command over vocabulary, you should have a reading knowledge. വായിക്കണം നമ്മൾ വായിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഒത്തിരി വേർഡ്സ് പുതിയത് കിട്ടും and that's how you develop your vocabulary. So without a reading habit, you're not going to develop vocabulary. You need to come out or you need to find out new words. അത് നമ്മൾ വായിച്ചാലേ പറ്റത്തുള്ളൂ. So make sure you have a reading habit. A reading habit ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ it's very good for you. And this is going to help you in your vocabulary expansion. Instead of using the same words over and over again, try to use synonyms, which is going to be very helpful and beneficial for your overall band score. Band score Quran is going to help you out a lot. Okay, let's see what's the next slide. It says enhance fluency and coherence. Fluency and coherence. The speaking test assesses your ability to speak fluently and coherently, right? When you study different topics, you expose yourself to diverse content, which helps improve your fluency and coherence. Regular practice discussing various topics helps you organize your thoughts quickly and express them in a coherent manner, leading to a higher score on the speaking test. So fluency varamendi, what you have to do, and the coherence namakku nalla pole varamendi, you have to practice. Be at home or any institutes that you go to. Make sure you practice a lot with different topics. നമ്മൾ കുറേ ടോപ്പിക്സ് നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞായിരുന്നു. It can be your work, education, current affairs, society, world, culture. There are many topics. If you just Google it out or you go to the IDP website, you can get a lot of currently or common asked questions in Nokuwanangi. There are a lot of topics that you can find out. So make sure in your practice you use these topics and try to speak fluently and coherently. Adu ningalku better band scores in Vendi on the speaking test day. It's going to help you out. Okay, let's go over to the next slide. Preparedness for unexpected topics. So what does it say? While there are common IELTS topics that often appear in speaking tests, there is always a possibility or a chance of encountering unexpected or less familiar topics. So, by studying a wide range of topics, you develop the ability to adapt quickly and discuss unfamiliar subjects with confidence. This flexibility enhances your performance and ensures you are well prepared for any topic that may arise during the test. So, as I mentioned before, ചില common topics ആയിരിക്കും നമ്മൾ കൂടുതൽ പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യണം. So, make sure you don't do that. You also practice questions നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണുമല്ലോ. You will be having all those questions with you. So make sure you also practice on unfamiliar topics as well, because it's not that all the time they're going to ask you a common IELTS topic question. There may be chances or there may be times when you're asked a question which you're not familiar or you have never practiced. So at that time you will be scared or you will be nervous because you've never prepared or you never know the answer, and you will be not able to you'll not be able to speak properly. So it's always good to build your confidence and to build your confidence better. It's always good also to study or to practice unfamiliar topics as well, so that you are confident enough to answer any questions that's put out to you in your examination time or during the test time. So be ready for unexpected topics as well. That will help you also in your future band scores also, and also it's going to help you with your day-to-day life as well. Okay, so let's look into some familiar common topic questions. For common topic questions. Personal information. Introduce yourself, name, occupation, where you're from, talk about your family, describe your hometown. So these are the first, if you know part 1, if you enter the examination room, the first 4 introductory questions are your personal information. So the first question is, may I know your full name please, or may I have your full name please? So you're going to give out your full name. My name is this, and you can call me by my first name. And then you have your occupation. Are you currently working or studying? Are you a student or are you currently working? That's a question. And then where do you come from or where do you live? Adur question aana, that is your intro questions when you enter for your warm up. Intro questions aana. And then they may ask you, talk about your family, tell me about your family, and describe your hometown, right? So these are the familiar or the common questions that have been asked to the candidates when they enter. In the warm up, in the ആദ്യത്തെ 5-6 questions are personal information questions, like your name, occupation, where you come from, talk about your family, describe your hometown or your house or your home. അങ്ങനെ ആയിരിക്കും ഈ കുറേ 4-5 ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആദ്യത്തെ പാറ്റേണിൽ വരുന്നത്, right? And then after that, as of the IDP guidelines അനുസരിച്ച്, you have 12 questions that have been asked to you. 12 ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആണല്ലോ അവർ for 3 to 4 to 5 minutes ആണല്ലോ നമ്മൾ വാമപ്പിൽ ചിലവാക്കുന്നത്, the time that is spent on warm up. So the first 4 intro questions are personal informations, and these, in this time you also have a question that is, can I see your ID? So your ID will be your passport. So you will be fair. So make sure when you're practicing, you will get the format. If you go to Google, or if you Google, you will get the format, and make sure you practice. And with that intro questions, they'll ask your ID, your name, they're going to ask your ID, your passport, and then they ask you your occupation, where do you come from, where do you live, tell me about your family, and describe your hometown or your house or your home. Likewise, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ള questions, കുറേ questions, topic questions ഉണ്ടല്ലോ. So that would be one of them is hobbies and interest. Discuss your favorite leisure activity. Talk about sports you enjoy or follow. Share your hobbies and why you like them. So hobbies and interest. So make sure when you're practicing, make sure you practice hobbies and interests, because this is also a common question that's been asked to all the candidates. Kore candidates nodu idu choikkunna oru common question aanu hobbies and interests, right? What are your hobbies, right? What do you do on your leisure time or free time il endha cheyna? Do you follow or do you play any sport? Ningal endengilum sport kalikkiyo allo allengi ningal endengilum, if you don't play a sport, do you follow any sport? So for example, if you don't play a sport, ningal cricket or football or any, be it badminton or anything, any sport, if you're not playing any sport, do you follow it through the media? Maybe you watch it, sports programs in the television or in your phone or wherever. So do you have a inclination towards sports? Other personal question type aana. And then share your hobbies, if you have any kind of hobbies, gardening, collecting coins, collecting stamps, or any other hobbies. So these are the questions that are the common questions that can come up, that is hobbies and interest. Adu oru common question aana. Fine. So let's say education and work. Describe your current or past studies. So endana ippam padikkiyo, if you are a student, right? Or if you are a student and you're currently studying, so if you're pursuing your plus 2 or your higher secondary, if you're pursuing your bachelor's or your master's, right? So you can describe your current or past studies. So I am currently studying my higher secondary with this and this subjects eduthaan njan padikkunnu, or you are studying your bachelor's in commerce or bachelor's in science or bachelor's in business administration, whatever, right? Adu padikkuvaning, or in masters in whatever, right? So I am currently pursuing my masters or whatever you can say, or my bachelor's in this, or my higher secondary in this, or otherwise, if you have completed your studies, padtham kazhinju, right? If you have completed your studies and you are planning to go abroad, or you're for a job or something, you can say, I have completed my plus 2 or my bachelor's or my master's, and I'm planning to go abroad, or I'm planning to pursue other studies abroad. Angane venengi parayam. Talk about your job or future career plans. Ningal ipo endha cheyunu alla endo cheyidondirnu. Are you currently working or studying? So I was working as this and this. Now I am on a career break. ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു ബ്രേക്കിലാണ്, and I am planning to go abroad for a better future. അടുത്ത ഞാൻ അവിടെ പോയി ജോലി ചെയ്യാൻ പ്ലാൻ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. So it's your current job, or if you are working and you have taken a break, I am on a career break and I'm planning to go abroad for higher studies in വേണമെങ്കിൽ പോവാം, or for future career പുറത്ത് പോവാം. So അടുത്ത question വരാം, discuss your favorite subjects and why you like them. So if you are a science background students ആണെങ്കിൽ അവർക്ക് ചോദിക്കുന്ന ചോദ്യമായിരിക്കും. This is the questions that can come up for the students. Discuss your favorite subjects and why you like them. ഏതൊക്കെ സബ്ജക്റ്റ് ആണ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇഷ്ടം? So if you are from a science background, bio, physics, chemistry, whatever, commerce background ആണെങ്കിൽ അത്, arts background ആണെങ്കിൽ അത് പറയാം. So they're going to ask you about your favorite subjects and why you like them. So you have to give an example and you have to say this is why job opportunities ഉണ്ട് and my interest was towards these subjects. എനിക്ക് ഈ സബ്ജക്റ്റ് പഠിക്കാൻ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. That's the reason why ഞാൻ ഈ സബ്ജക്റ്റ് എടുത്തു. Moreover, I see a bright future in this in the future because അത് പഠിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ജോബ് ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റീസും കൂടുതൽ ഫ്യൂച്ചറിൽ കാണും. Right? So അത് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് നമുക്ക് മുമ്പോട്ട് പോകാം. So അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് then there is travel and tourism question ആയിരിക്കും. Describe a memorable trip you have taken. അടുത്ത കാലത്ത് or wherever you in the past, if you've gone somewhere with your friends or your family, നമുക്കത് പറയാം. A trip that you have gone to wherever with your family or your friends. Then you have talk about a place you would like to visit and why. Right? പോയിട്ടില്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു place you must have seen. Right? നമുക്കൊരു bucket list കാണും. We all will have a bucket list of places that we would like to visit. Right? Maybe because of the beauty. Right? For example, for me, as I live in the south of India, I would always love to visit a snow-clad mountain. So I would love to go to somewhere in Kashmir or Himachal because I've never seen snow. So അങ്ങനെ എനിക്ക് പറയാം, I would like to visit Kashmir because I've never seen snow in my life and I would really love to see it. Right? അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് നമുക്ക് മുമ്പോട്ട് പോകാം. Or if you want to go anywhere, a monument, I would love to go to and visit the Taj Mahal because I've heard and seen a lot about it in the videos and in the social media. എനിക്ക് ഫ്യൂച്ചറിൽ ഒരു ചാൻസ് കിട്ടുവാണെങ്കിൽ I would surely love to visit Taj Mahal. അങ്ങനെ പറയാം. Right? Discuss the importance of travel and its benefits. Right? What are the importance of travel and benefits? When you travel, what are the benefits of it? Right? So you go to different places. For example, India തന്നെ നോക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ India is a diverse country. അല്ലേ? Each state has its own culture, own tradition and the own dialect or own language. So what's the importance of travel? So and its benefits. So when you travel, what happens? Nammal travel cheyumba endha namukku pattunu? We get to know different cultures, alle? Nammal kore different cultures aittu mingle cheyan pattum. We can learn their traditions, our traditions endha, their language, right? How they live, right? Their climatic conditions and the benefits endho, adinte benefits endho ana. What do you have? You gain an experience, right? It's an experience for you. It's a lifetime experience. നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റും when you go to a different state or a different country as well, right? Their language, their culture, and what are the benefits? You meet a lot of new people. You make a lot of friends. നമ്മൾ ഒത്തിരി പുതിയ ഫ്രണ്ട്സിനെ കാണാം. നമ്മൾ ഒത്തിരി ഫ്രണ്ട്സിനെ ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ പറ്റും, right? And whether there are job opportunities there or not, when you travel, if you get a chance and an opportunity to work in a place like that which you love or enjoy, അത് പറയാം നമുക്ക്. So, അതൊരു ഓപ്ഷൻ ഉണ്ട്, travel and tourism. Next is technology and media. Right? This is also a commonly asked question, technology and media. Talk about your favorite website or apps. So, everybody has a mobile phone nowadays and everybody is connected with the web or with the internet all the time. എല്ലാരുടെ കയ്യിൽ ഒരു സ്മാർട്ട് ഫോൺ ഉണ്ട് and everybody, all of us are connected through the internet. So, what's your favorite website or your app? It can be anything, right? It can be, if you like using Instagram the most, you can say I love Instagram. I use it a lot to chat with my friends. Moreover, I use it to watch reels, Facebook. Then you have your WhatsApp. ഏതെങ്കിലും നിങ്ങളുടെ ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള ഒരു ആപ്പ് or any website. Discuss the influence of social media. So you can say yes, social media has influenced all of us a lot. It helps to connect with others and it helps us to know a lot of things that we are unaware of. അങ്ങനെ പറയാം. Share your opinion on the advantages and disadvantages of technology. What are the advantages and the disadvantage of technology? അത് നമുക്ക് പറയാം. Right? So make sure when you are practicing all these common topics, നിങ്ങൾ എടുത്തിട്ട് പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ it's better. But make sure you don't give memorized answers. It should come out naturally. Memorize ചെയ്തിട്ട് അവിടെ പോയിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല, because if you give memorized answers, the examiner will come to know immediately. അവർക്ക് immediately മനസ്സിലാവും നിങ്ങൾ memorized answers are കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. So make sure you practice it, but don't give memorized answers. Make it a natural one-on-one speaking ആണല്ലോ. So give and take ആണല്ലോ. അവർ ചോദിക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ സംസാരിക്കുക. So make it as a discussion, right? The next topic, the most commonly asked questions of the topic are environment and conservation. Discuss environmental issues and their impact. Talk about steps to protect the environment. Share your opinion on sustainable living. Self-sufficient ആകാം, biodegradable ഒക്കെ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ segregate ചെയ്യാം. How can you planting more trees And these, once you go over it, once you read and once you understand, you'll get lots of ideas which you can incorporate in your speaking classes or your speaking examination. So, but make sure you practice a lot. Practice ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴാണ് നമ്മളത് പെർഫെക്റ്റ് ആകാൻ പറ്റത്തുള്ളൂ. Likewise, you have health and fitness. ഇതും ഒരു common topic question ആണ്. Discuss the importance of a healthy lifestyle. Talk about your exercise routine or favorite sport. Share your opinion on junk food and its effects. Likewise, idonda culture and tradition. Talk about a traditional festival in your country. Discuss the importance of preserving cultural heritage. Share your opinion on globalization and its impact on culture. So these are all the common topics or the common questions that's been asked most of the time. Then you have social issues. Discuss poverty and its causes. Talk about the impact of immigration on society. Share your opinion on gender equality. Future plans and aspirations. Talk about your goals and ambitions. Discuss your plans for future education. Share your opinion on the importance of setting goals. So these are just 10. I just took up 10 of these, the most common. There are many others. But apart from these, there are other questions also. If you just Google, you'll get a list of it. They may be endless. Three questions order. Try to practice the maximum. The more the better for you. Because if you practice a lot, you will be confident in any given question. Any question examiner choikyaanengi, you will be very confident. So try to practice a lot and don't memorize it. Please don't memorize your answers, because the moment the examiner comes to know that ningal memorized answers are kodukunu, you are not going to get your band scores. So make sure you use it naturally in your speaking examination. While practicing, if you're making any grammatical errors or vocabulary or fluency effective, that is fine. And yes, as I mentioned before in the previous live sessions, I mentioned before, idioms and phrases use yarning, it's very good, right? It's going to help you in your overall band scores. But make sure idioms and phrases use yumbo, don't force it. It should come out naturally with the context. The question it should stick with that. You should stick with that, the idiom or the phrase that you're going to use there. Right? So these were the few common asked topics, the question topics that I prepared for all of you. So I'll see you next time in my next live session. Keep practicing, and all the best for all the people, all the students who are going to appear for their coming examination. Take care. Goodbye. This is Mon Korean signing off from Tiju's Academy, Tiruvalla. Goodbye.